Welcome to North Tees and Hartlepool Voices, telling the stories of our people and community in our trust.
With me in the studio today, I have Kris and Kendra, and they're going to talk about equality, diversity, and the human rights. Tell me a little bit more about the Equality, Diversity, and the Human Rights Week.
It's an annual event. It's a campaign that started 12 years ago now. It's in May every year, from the 13th to the 17th this year. It's a national campaign for healthcare organisations, and it actually highlights the importance of creating a fairer and more inclusive workplace for our staff, patients, visitors. So it's all about promoting inclusive and supportive work culture, and that is key priority for the Trust. So we're really committed to ensuring the Trust services and workplace are fair, accessible, and meet the needs for all our patients, carers and our staff.
So as part of the drive, we're trying to improve the inclusivity within the workplace. So we've been promoting the staff networks that we've been building, and we've now got 7 of those. So it includes, which I think people are used to hearing about, the ethnic minority and multi-faith group, the LGBTQ plus group, the women's network, the age older network, and the ability group network for support for staff with disabilities. We also now have an age younger network group and the age older network group. The newest addition is the men's staff network for the male employees, and we're looking to create a volunteer group and potentially a carers group come in as well. So we are seeking a network lead for the Support Our Age Younger group at the moment, for our young employees up to approximately the age of 25.
The networks are not just for our staff, they're also for volunteers within the Trust. They're welcome to come along to our meetings. We have monthly meetings, but we also run various campaigns and events that we encourage all staff to come and take part in these events and campaigns to raise awareness and understanding of different themes, which include our disability, LGBTQ+, multi-faith and BAME backgrounds.
I think one of the misconceptions which I had before I started going to the network groups was that they would be quite formal, and they're really not formal in the respect that it's quite a welcoming environment. It's quite like a chilled out environment. You come in, you just be yourself, you fit into it without even trying. It's quite an informal sort of chat, support system, and it's a really good group to be part of if you can make that work. Obviously within your working day, we understand that the on-site ones don't always fit in for people depending on their shifts.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't just have the monthly meetings where people can come face to face or via Teams. We also have support external from that as well. There's loads of information about, especially in the back of the Tees restaurant and our display cabinet outside of the Tees restaurant. But, get in touch if there's something that you want to do and join the network, find out more about the network, how you can be an ally for the network.
If anyone's listening and they've got ideas for a network group that we haven't already covered, we'd love to hear about new areas that we could include as a support group for people to cover in the Trust.
I mean, it's really important, it's one of the part of the Trust's goals to improve equality and diversity and inclusion. And the networks offer that safe, supportive space for discussion of issues around discrimination, provide a source of support for staff facing particular challenges or barriers, things that it can be easily removed, which is it's the small things that can have significant value. The networks can also act as a powerful and collective voice to communicate issues to management and help bring about all that positive change. We know there's a lot of work still needs to be done, and that's what we're trying to do. The networks are a valuable source that many staff are still not aware of, so that's why we need to continue to promote and celebrate our networks, and bring about that significant value and positive change throughout the workforce, creating that culture where people do feel they belong, a sense of belonging, and they don't have to face these barriers and challenges that can come and actually be themselves.
I think what you might not realise is that they can actually be quite fun events to come to as well. It's not necessarily structured. It might have an aim for that sort of session, but it doesn't have to be led in a particular sort of direction. People feed into it at the time, and I think that they are quite sort of valuable therapy, sort of without realising. People can go and get a lot off their chest in terms of being around like-minded people that are going through similar scenarios. So it's a really good opportunity.
Yeah, knowing that support is available for them, all staff and volunteers. So yeah, we continue to strive to ensure our workplace is more inclusive and help people feel a sense of belonging, and where they can bring their whole selves to work without feeling they just have to conform to fit in. Anyone can get involved in Equality, Diversity and Human Rights Week, and Equality, Diversity and Human Rights, or Equality, Diversity and Inclusion, isn't just about 1 week. It should be every single day in everything we do, inclusions in all our abilities.
Like how Kris has kindly included me into this podcast this morning.
So yeah, we will be sharing information at the back of the Tees restaurant this week on the display boards. Information will also be communicated through our comms, Teams, bulletins, also through these podcasts. And you can also visit the NHS Employees website, where there's a lot of free resources, free webinars and information. There's different themes throughout the week, such as understanding disabilities, fostering excellence in tackling inequality. There's even a spotlight on women leaders, creating an anti-racist organisation, and there's lots more. So, we encourage people just to take a little bit of time out and just have a look at that. That's on the NHS Employees website. Equality, Diversity and Human Rights Week. So it's happening all this week.
Is there any other events planned for the near future?
Yeah, we have a lot of different events planned in the near future, Elliot. Coming up, there is, this week is actually as well Mental Health Awareness Week. So there'll also be information displayed around and communicated throughout the Trust, probably from Helen Waller, who's our Health and Wellbeing Advisor.
And finally, how can people contact you?
They can contact us through email, which is Christopher Bell, it's Christopher with a K, at nhs.net. Or they can come up onto floor 3 where we're based, and we're happy to, it's always nice to see people in person that can come along to our monthly network sessions. And also we also have drop-in sessions. We have regular drop-in sessions now every other month, so that people can get to meet the network leads, can have a chat to the network leads, find out about the networks, the information that we have, signposting. So you can contact any of the network leads. These are, I'm the Ability Group Network Lead, that's me, Christopher Bell, and we have Matt Harper, who is the LGBTQ plus Network Lead.
Kris, Kendra, thank you.
Thanks for including us, Elliot.
Thank you for joining us. Till next time, you've been listening to NTH Voices.